Jingle bell, jingle all the way.
Hey guys, welcome to One Big Fat Week. I'm Sean Tasker.
I'm Robert Blair.
And we have a guest today.
And
Haylie Miller.
There we go.
And she's going to join us today and make some jokes and have some fun.
Yay, fun stuff.
So the first story we got, Robert.
Alright, so first off, I was reading through the Yahoo News, and I'm a big fan of the movie The Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie. Doesn't really get that best reviews, but you know.
Dude, IMDb has it as the #1 movie of all time.
Does it?
It really
Yeah,
does.
Oh my god, I didn't know that. Okay, cool. That just made my entire day. But anyway, that's besides the point. I saw Shawshank Redemption pop up on the newsfeed, and I clicked on it, and it said, "Woman escapes locked office bathroom with help from a Hollywood movie," aka Shawshank Redemption. This lady literally got locked in her bathroom at her work for 10 hours straight. And the bad part was, no janitors were there. This was a complete shutdown of the building.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody was even there. So what did she do? She clawed through the walls. Went through the walls with her hands, with the toilet paper thing. She broke the handle off of the toilet itself and went through the wall.
That is impressive.
So she went through not just like 1 foot of wall, 2 foot. No, it was
really bad.
right.
Yeah.
It was 3 foot of insulation
Oh my
in
gosh.
this wall. And not only that, but it was like wall, and then there was like tile on the outside and wood. She had to go through everything to get there.
Dude.
Could you imagine getting stuck in a bathroom
Can you
for 10
imagine
hours?
what would motivate you to crawl through a wall?
Oh my
Probably
gosh.
the smell, like you were saying. I would imagine the smell would be pretty bad.
Or just hunger.
Or
I don't know,
hunger.
that's me.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like, you know, with the whole flushing.
I think I would survive on toilet paper. I can do it.
Ladies' bathrooms generally smell nicer because ladies generally have better hygiene than guys.
But at the same point, do girls think that their bathrooms always smell nicer all the time? Like, do you guys get accustomed to that smell, just out of curiosity?
Do you think that girls' bathrooms smell nicer than guys?
Yeah.
All the time? Like,
Well, maybe not all the time. I just think that girls are in general nicer to their surroundings than boys are.
I can agree to this.
One time I went to this place and like the boys' bathroom was closed for whatever reason, and so I was like, you know, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I went to the ladies' bathroom, and they had a couch.
What?
The ladies' bathroom had a couch in it.
Because they know that a lady's bathroom, the couch will stay nice.
Wait, why would you have a couch in your bathroom? What are you going to go do? Take a dump and then you just rest? Like, oh, I need a nap after that
For
dump.
That was
baby.
like such a.
A lot of moms have babies.
And so you're going to...
You come in, yeah, it's a nice place to like. Have you ever been into a Mormon church? They always have a place for you to take the baby, like just a mother's lounge.
Okay.
A lot of bathrooms have that. It's a thing, trust me.
Never heard of that. Like, the fanciest bathroom I ever went in had a bronze giraffe, and that was at a zoo.
Really?
Yeah, it was a really big bronze giraffe. It was really weird because, like, you walk in, it's like white wall, green floor, bronze giraffe.
Like how big?
It was like 8 feet tall.
Oh my gosh.
Just on one side of the bathroom.
It's a really short giraffe. We're really big for a century.
Indeed. Continue on.
Passengers were about to board a flight. I did not make note of which flight company it was, but as they were waiting to get on the flight, there was like this little kiosk with a Santa on it, and Santa's just like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And like it was like a video chat with like some Santa that's somewhere else, and like so they were like, "Oh, I would love to have, you know, a flat screen TV or a new snowboard or, you know, tickets back home after this trip is over." And so they, you know, get on their plane and they fly, and when they land, along with their luggage comes the presents wrapped up in boxes that they just asked for.
Oh my gosh.
That's so cool.
Right?
But at the same point, I'm a little creeped out that there was another Santa on the other line. Like, that kind of eliminates the whole point of Santa's letters. Like, you're bringing itself into the new age of, like, Skype. Oh, hey, Santa, how you doing today? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. What do you want for Christmas, buddy? Oh, I want this and this
But
and this and this.
Wants to shoot off something.
Would you not just have like the greatest like year ever?
If your stuff magically popped up? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like what do you want for Christmas? Well, I would really like a flat screen, you know, 48-inch TV. Then you land and it says to Robert.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably poop myself, cry, and then grab the TV and run.
Wouldn't that just be fantastic?
It would be amazing.
What airline was that?
I can look it up right now.
Yes, go right ahead and do that while I bring up our next story, which happens to be about a new toy that came out. Now, Catching Fire is one of the biggest hits that's hit the theaters just recently.
That is a fantastic
Such a good movie.
Beautiful movie.
One of the most beautiful renditions of a book I've ever seen.
Right?
But the thing that happened was Nerf, the little soft shooting thingies,
Nerf guns.
came out with a new toy called the Rebel and the Rebelette. I believe it was called the Rebelette, something like that. But either way, it's a boy-girl diversified crossbow, basically. Now, it seems like a really cool idea at first hand. Like, you think of it as like, oh, cool, there's going to be different colors. Girls and guys are going to be able to, like, shoot each other and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, getting hurt. Like, how we always did when we were little.
Right.
But what a lot of people are saying is that it's actually sexist. They're taking the color schemes and the fact that they actually just completely segregated it as sexually offensive.
I wonder why.
It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
I don't know if I would, because, for a little...
Think about all the other toys that are sexist, like those Jeeps that little kids can drive around in.
Yeah.
They come in Barbie colors and
then they come in like camo colors.
Yeah.
Like, nobody says anything about that. But when the Hunger Games get put involved, there's all of a sudden a problem.
As long as they allow both, and they're not saying guys aren't allowed to buy the pink one.
True.
So
I'd buy the pink one all day.
Right? That's what I'd be too. I would totally buy the pink one just because I'd be like, boss.
I'd double it. I'd be like green on one side, pink on the other. It'd be great.
So that's the only way I could see it being sexist is if they did not allow the other gender to buy it, which they kind of can't do. So really no.
They're just probably trying to sell to girls because Nerf never sells stuff to girls before.
It's probably what it is. It's just our nation is not used to it because Nerf has been there since 1950. Who cares?
Yeah.
Really?
And they've never really done anything girl stuff like she was saying. It's always been sniper rifles, machine guns.
Is it literally paired up with Catching Fire?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's like a feminist movie too. What?
Yeah, it's about a girl written by a girl.
Right. Exactly.
Of course, I still love how
Yeah.
America has pretty much turned into the capital in the fact that when people talk about the Hunger Games movie, they're mainly talking about the love story between Katniss and Peeta, which is all the Capitol does, even though that's not what the movie's about.
Yep.
But that's what everyone talks about.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
There was a Vine video I watched a while back that quotes how I feel about that perfectly, and it's just simply, no one cares!
Everyone on Pinterest likes Jennifer Lawrence, and they always put that meme of I volunteers tribute and
right.
And just how funny she is.
But at the same point, you gotta hand it to her. She's actually one of the better, she's not the typical get skinny, happy-go-lucky, super big image type of actress either. She's the one who's full upset, oh, I'm just gonna eat whatever the crap I want, and you can't tell me what I'm gonna do about it.
Yeah.
She just doesn't care. She's fun. That's my
And then there's Anne Hathaway, who, starved herself and almost got sick for her role in Les Mis.
Uh-huh.
By the way, I finally found the TikTok fine. But the airline that gave the presents, it was a Canadian airline called WestJet.
WestJet.
Yeah. And
Awesome.
Send them letters.
Well, while we're up in the air, thinking a little bit farther than just the air, we're going to space, people. We're going to Mars.
Mars?
Yes.
I have to think about Mars. Do we have the same thing about Mars?
Possibly. The water on Mars?
Yeah. How's
you
that?
talk then. I talked last time.
Okay.
I'll be nice. I'll eat my Pop-Tarts and be happy.
Oh, yeah, we have Pop-Tarts. Haley was nice enough to bring us Pop-Tarts.
Dude, she's so amazing. She brought me food. That's all that matters. I love her. I think I'll marry this girl.
That's all you have to do to get someone to like you.
Bring him food.
So, folks, do not be surprised if she reappears later on in one of our other shows some other time.
Dude, if she brings me more food, she'll be here all day. Continue.
Okay, so the Mars Curiosity has found life-sustaining chemicals in some of the water, it says something about yellow, salty water that they found, and so it's possible that, maybe not now, but there was a time where life could have been happening on Mars.
What?
I can see it.
So maybe that yellow salty water is like dinosaur pee.
Dinosaur pee!
And that's where the dinosaurs went, folks. They were not killed off by asteroids. They were not eaten by cavemen. They were taken by aliens.
To Mars.
Yep.
And then
For
died.
experimentation.
And now they're just chilling out on the dark side of the Mars.
Yeah.
Dark side of the Mars.
Dark side of the
I
Mars.
get it. Like
Yay.
Transformers.
Or Pink
That was
Floyd.
awkward.
Or Pink Floyd.
Oh, right. That too. I suck at life.
I know your reference.
But
Two kinds of people.
another thing with that though is that they know of this water and everything, the supposed substances. They have yet to make the technology to actually determine how much life it could have sustained, basically. So they're still working on that.
Right.
And from what I read, there was the possibility of there's going to be another mission later on down the road where they're going to send up another probe that should be able to take care of that. And then we'll be able to dissect microbes, blah blah blah, and figure out what kind of stuff did live up there. My personal opinion is that Mars is pretty desolate to the point that all I'm seeing up there is probably microbes, little itty bitty amoebas. Like the idea of something huge living in such a desolate place that no longer has anything, and yet we have not been able to find fossil evidence or anything like that. Not seeing it happen.
But see, like something that's like the size of an ant, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like that'd be really cool. Like if there's like ants all over Mars that we
including the like radioactive like super ants that can like throw cars. They're like
oh my gosh,
millimeter long. It's like, oh, look at how cute you are!
Like the Indiana Jones ants.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Then we need a crystal skull.
Yeah.
And that's bringing back flashbacks of an absolutely terrible movie. Just saying. Speaking of Indiana Jones, Disney has bought up Star Wars already.
Right.
And just the other day, they now have full rights to Indiana Jones as well. They have completely bought out George
I thought
Lucas
that when they bought LucasArts, that was all in one.
That's what we all thought, but it wasn't. They just now got the rights for all of the Indiana Jones stuff. Like, sure, Disney had a ride, and they've been in part with the movies and whatnot, but Lucasfilms sort of had miniature branches, I'm finding out, with different movies and such.
Okay.
Star Wars was a branch, Indiana Jones was a branch, there's like different directions it's going. Like the Muppets was its own branch until Disney bought that.
Huh.
They've just slowly been buying in more stock, basically.
Right.
And Indiana Jones has finally been bought out, and along with this, they have decided they're going to be making another Indiana Jones movie. Now, given the last movie, in my personal opinion, sucked some major dookie due to the fact that they put aliens in it, what are you guys thinking how this next movie
I don't think it's going to be hard to get better. Because they kind of set a low bar.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, like at first I was super worried when I heard that Disney bought Star Wars. I was like, oh no, they're gonna ruin it. They're gonna put like Zac Efron as the Luke Skywalker.
My name's Ashton Kutcher.
But then I realized, then I remembered that Disney bought Marvel and then like made the Avengers movies and like all those and like kind of brought Marvel back into the spotlight. And as a nerd, that kind of warmed my cockles. And so I'm happy about that.
Now here comes the next question though. Not having Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones.
He's old, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you seen him recently?
Who could be him?
That's a good question. Now, there's been rumors going around that when was it Shia LaBeouf who did it?
Yeah, that's his kid.
Shia LaBeouf.
What's his kid?
There's the possibility of him taking over in the
I
film.
might dig that.
So
make it like a bloodline thing.
Yeah.
Rather than James Bond, who's like a Time Lord from.
Yeah, exactly. That's the idea there. But yeah, we'll see where this one goes. I would personally, if they did anything stupid like Aliens, I would love to see some dinosaur action. Just saying, it'd be pretty cool.
We're gonna have
Indiana Jones going underground and then out of nowhere T-Rex. Oh my god!
I think that's a little too much like Ice Age 3, Age of the Dinosaurs.
Oh, it's a good idea. I'm gonna eat my Pop-Tart.
Speaking of movies, we're gonna get a little bit more on the darker path. This was not this week, but last week. But we still feel like it needs to be mentioned. Paul Walker died. He was the star of the Fast and Furious movies, and though I was not a fan, they made like 6 of them. So obviously he has something.
It's
going
because
on.
he was hot.
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, what?
Oh my gosh, he was so pretty. Why did he die?
I didn't even know who he was till he died, and I was like,
oh yeah.
That's smart.
That's mine.
Honestly, how ironic is it though? I'm just saying, not to be a total douchebag here and say that okay, I'm being a total douchebag.
It might be
here.
a little too soon, but
But
do it anyway.
he died fast and furiously. I mean, he had his
it was
friend
in
in
a
the
car
car.
crash.
And
It was in a car crash, wasn't it?
yeah, it
I
was.
totally forgot. You think he would know how to drive that?
Yeah.
You would think, but once
Yeah.
again, welcome to Hollywood, where you have stunt doubles for everything.
I feel like we're gonna get a lot of hate for this. From like, if people, whoever listens to this is like a huge Paul Walker fan.
YOLO, say no.
Just let yourself and just go solo.
Anyway,
along with deaths, this one is more serious. Nelson Mandela, for those of you who don't know who he was the president of South Africa. He was the first black president, I believe, and he was basically, if you mix Martin Luther King Jr. with Abraham Lincoln with Barack Obama, like the good things about all 3 of those, that's who Nelson Mandela was.
Mm-hmm.
As a political leader, he took them out of a government in charge segregation of races, and he basically
it was a big part in getting rid of the genocide that happened between Hutus and Hutsis. Or was it the Hutus and the Tutsis? Something like that. It was some African race, and what do you think?
Why did he go to prison?
Look it up. Go.
Right now?
Yes, look it up.
We're so ignorant.
He was the president between 1994 and 1999.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I know.
Basically what I know from the guy is that he was just one of the major political leaders that stopped a whole lot of crap going on in Africa.
Morgan Freeman played him.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. I mean, if Morgan Freeman played him, then he must have been important.
I did not notice that.
Exactly. We're just awkwardly waiting for Sean to find the news article.
Go to your next one.
Okay, going on to the next story here. Okay, title is, it's a rooster, it's a duck, it's a dinosaur.
It's a turducken. What?
It's not a turducken. It's
Dang
a
it.
turduckosaur? No, it's a roostuckosaurus. Something like that. But anyway, a new species of dinosaur was just found. Now, if you guys know anything about dinosaurs, a hadrosaur basically is a species of plant-eating dinosaur, also known as the duck-billed dinosaurs. The thing that got them with this was that it wasn't exactly duck-billed, but it wasn't exactly chicken-billed either, because on the insides of their mouths, they had rooster-like combs. Now, they're trying to determine if this dinosaur is one of the major connections from herbivorous dinosaurs into birds, basically. There hasn't been a lot of connection there, given most of it has come from predatory dinosaurs such as velociraptors and other carnivores. They're saying a lot of new stuff with the skin that they've found. There's feather evidence along with this. And yeah, just a new dinosaur out there, folks. So get ready to look for that one. It is called, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that.
Let me see.
Nope.
Oh,
it's something.
Where was it found?
There we go. It's an Edmontosaurus regalis.
Oh,
there
see,
we go.
you got that's a Latin name too. That's not even like the cool dinosaur name, but that's a Latin name. And we got Wheatons too. She also brought Wheatons, guys.
Boom. Wife me up.
There we go. Will you take my hand in marriage, beautiful girl from across the table with your wheat thins?
Maybe someday.
Yeah.
That's like the SpongeBob magic conch show. Will I ever get married? Maybe someday. Nelson Mandela, in 1962, he was arrested, convicted of conspiracy to overthrow the state, and sentenced to life imprisonment in the Rivonia trial. He only served about 27 years, though.
Only 27 years? I want you to rethink what you just said.
Well, he was sentenced to life.
Mm-hmm.
It was a life term, and then he got down to 27 years, and then after that, he was the president.
Right.
Gotcha.
So I think that's a pretty. I think I'm allowed to say only in that.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Okay, something a little bit on the iffy side here. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen the YouTube videos or not, but Amazon has come out with this magical new delivery service.
The drones?
The drones, baby. The drones. Have you heard of these?
No.
Okay, well, basically, Amazon is now made little unmanned drones that will get your package from the store, the Amazon store, and deliver it to your house. Just like a flying drone.
That's so beautiful.
Right? The thing that scares me the most is that we now have flying little things through the air delivering our packages. There was a radio show that I heard the other night, and it was talking about Santa's terrible days of Christmas. And it was talking about him just flying through the air with his reindeer, and out of nowhere, a flock of drones just took out his reindeer, and he just crashed into the ground, and all the presents still got delivered.
I feel like
Santa
it's so easy
got
to
run
steal.
over by
Like, you just need a fishing net.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So the idea is, though, it's supposed to be a lot faster than cars. Amazon stores are supposed to be popping up in just about every other major city and even little cities now.
Would it be more expensive to have a tiny helicopter?
Actually, it's supposed to be cheaper. Given it is all electrical powered. These things are supposed to be solar powered, so when they fly through the air...
Genius.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. It's a good idea, but at the same time, it's a really scary idea.
Of course,
because,
the paranoid people were freaking out when they heard that the Xbox was going to be always on with its little camera. And Big Brother's watching us, so now we're going to have drones flying through the air. And so...
It's going to be like in the Jetsons.
Just soon enough, I'll be going on my little hoverboard like Fast in the Future. Oh, Back to the Future. Fast in the Furious. Exactly. You got it.
So you guys like parties, right?
I love to party.
Well,
my name is Robert, and I like to party. No, I know.
Hi, Robert.
Yeah, no, I just stay in my room all day and study.
I like to party.
Last week some teens were arrested because about a month ago, they had a party, but not just any party. A 17-hour party. Not just any 17-hour party. It was in a mansion. Not just any mansion. I'm going to keep doing that.
House.
No.
Playboy Mansion. Playboy Mansion.
No. It was a mansion that was for sale, and they just broke into the door. Like, at first they were like, let's just do it in the backyard and party. But someone was like, I'm going to break the door open. And he did, and they partied for 17 hours in some random freaking mansion for sale. They ended up doing over $1 million worth of damage, as well as taking some fitted suits, which are nice, some medieval armor, because, knights armor, because you need it, and a stuffed leopard.
Oh my god.
Okay, that doesn't sound like things that I would find in like any normal okay.
Well, this is a mansion, so the guy's like
That's like the most hardcore mansion I've ever heard of. He's like the picture perfect movie mansion guy. He's just like, oh, by the way, would you like to see my miniature giraffe?
These purchases are from
Here, let's come and hug my giant panda.
Well, I mean,
what?
In the mansion there was also a custom movie theater, what do they say, a theme park style pool with a water slide.
Hi, my name's Bill, and I have too much money.
Hi, Bill.
Seriously,
Millionaires Anonymous.
Exactly. Okay, so I was actually flipping through some memes the other day, and I am actually asking all of you folks who are listening to this to go home and try this. But you go on to Google, you type in 50 most searched women, or 50 most interesting women, and your first result will be a thing from ABC News.
Haylie Miller.
And you'll have 1 through 50 of all these people. If you go to number 7, you will laugh your face off, because it goes like Lady Gaga, Nicki Minaj, blah blah blah, Katy Perry, and then number 7 pops up and it goes Justin Bieber, and it just keeps going, and you don't even realize that it says Justin Bieber at first. You're just like, oh hi, and then it's like, wait, they put Justin Bieber on the 50 most interesting women on the internet.
On ABC News?
Yeah, on ABC News, of all things. So that kind of says it right there. Nobody likes Justin Bieber. Well,
say Disney.
People do.
Justin Bieber's not Disney.
They own ABC Family.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Well, speaking of Disney, Demi Lovato does crack.
Yay! I knew it!
Really?
I knew she was crazy.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, continue your story.
She admitted that she used to do crack. That's about it.
That's how she made it through Camp Rock and Camp Rock 2.
Oh my gosh.
That would be the only way to get through the Jonas Brothers in general. That would just be a trip and a
I
half.
love the child.
It's Nick Jonas,
Oh,
dude.
that's so cute.
Don't be dissing on Nick Jonas.
Sorry.
Yeah, he's in
Patootie.
Broadway.
Yeah, I gotta give him that. He did a really awesome performance in Les Mis. Oh my goodness. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of pissed my pants a little bit.
Jeez.
Jeez, dude.
Well, got some good news here.
Oh my gosh.
We've had Yellowstone grizzlies have basically been on an endangered threatened species list for a really long time. Like since they were pretty much killed off early 20th century, more or less.
Okay.
Well, the ban, not the ban, but the title endangered and threatened is finally being lifted on this species of bear.
Oh, cool.
They've finally made the full recovery to being a accepted species of safety, more or less.
So I can shoot them now.
Yeah, technically.
I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But
I think that's just a really cool thing. Call me an environmentalist, but when you hear about all that stuff going on, like I just did a thing in my history class where I had to protect. Oh no, I dropped my wheat thing.
not the way.
I had to do a report basically on animal conservation and looking from how much we really did screw up back in the early 20th century, killing off prairie dogs and black-footed ferrets and gray wolves and buffalo.
Well.
Exactly. But it's just really cool to see how much they've come back. Because, like, as you're stating, prairie dogs, like, they have a gestation period of, like, 20 days. And they're just everywhere now. Gray wolves, we have a reintroduced everywhere up, like, Wyoming, Montana, Minnesota, and the like. Now the bears are back on the list. The next thing that they're saying is supposed to be completely lifted is supposed to be the bald eagle. And as I've noticed, there's been a lot more of those as well. I was on a trip to the Kaibab in Arizona. And Merca, bald eagle.
I always love those pictures.
Right? But anyway, I was in the Kaibab in Arizona, and out of nowhere, there was 3 bald eagles. I had never seen a bald eagle, and every year I've gone to the Kaibab, and they're saying that they've got a small population, about 8 or 9 up there, and they're just thriving now.
They're like the eagles from Lord of the Rings.
Right?
Those things are big too.
And I saw a little meme on that too. Why didn't we just take the eagles everywhere we went? That'd be so much easier.
Because, okay, that like argument I never like, because the eagles are, completely, sentient creatures. So that'd be like, hey, dude, Robert, can you drive me to Chicago?
Dude, I'd do that.
You're not slaves to hobbits.
Just because.
No, that's weird.
They're like the sort of Gryffindor. They only show up when you most need them.
Yeah. So I'd be like, because it has to destroy the ring. Like the Eagles don't care because it never messes with them. So it's more like, Robert, can you drive me to Chicago so that a guy can pay me back $5?
Honestly, I would punch you in the dick.
Yeah, so that's pretty much like how it'd be if like Gandalf was like, hey, can you fly us thousands of miles so that we can drop a piece of metal into a cut-off mountain and then fly us thousands of miles back?
That's not why they did that, though, in The Hobbit. They did it to destroy smog.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
Desolate.
freaking
Oh,
a
desolation of
dragon,
smog. I get
that's
it.
gonna, that's gonna mess with the Eagles a little bit.
Yeah, I feel ya. It's like basically the same argument. Just don't confuse Mordor with smog, okay?
Mordor and smog.
Good day.
My bows.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
I wasn't a big
Benedict
fan.
Cumberbatch.
What? I don't know what you just said. I'm not a big Lord of the Rings guy.
Well, the guy that's voicing Smaug the dragon, his name is Benedict Cumberbatch. He has a very silly name.
Yeah.
And so
If I was named
He
that, I'd
sounds like
probably
a
shoot
boss,
myself.
well, yeah, he's really cool though. And like, but people like mess with him online, and they say, you can pretty much change his name to whatever you want, and it's still gonna look just silly, but everyone's still gonna know what you're saying. So online, I refer to him as Benadryl Copperbottom. And everyone still knows what I'm talking
Benadryl.
about. Benadryl
Copperbottom. Well, coming up on the very end of this here, might as well end with a little bit of good news.
Okay.
There were some rumors a while back that Ellen DeGeneres and her lesbian lover were possibly going to be getting a divorce.
What?
One of those public things. But on the upside of things, Ellen DeGeneres came out with this just the other day, saying that all these rumors are completely untrue. Things haven't been better, she states. Other day I was at the hair salon getting these extension put-ins, blah, 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 and there were tabloids all over the hair salon, and on one of them, Portia and I were in the top right-hand corner. And I thought, oh, that's sweet, they're honoring us. But then I read the headline underneath, and it said, Ellen and Portia marriage crumbles. And I was like, oh, what happened? They seem so happy. I was like, wait, I'm Ellen. I should know what's happening. So basically, everything's going good there on the star spectrum, along with a little relationship between Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. Now, if you know the two from that 70s show, you'll know that they kind of had an on-stage thing way back then. But then they kind of moved on after the show ended and whatnot. In all honesty, I found it a complete surprise when their names popped up on the tabloids saying that they were together, displaying their love in public.
Huh.
PDA, Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher style, Kelso and Jackie status. There we go.
Was it Jackie?
Yeah,
Hashtag Kelso Jackie.
Hashtag Kelso Jackie. There we go. Put that down. Well,
Hacky.
Hacky. Hacky.
Hacky sack.
Hacky sack.
When they have sex, they're in the house.
Dirty.
Wait, but you didn't ask. I had one more story, and you were like, oh, we're done. I was like, no, we're not.
I'm eating my weekend.
Okay. So I'm a fan of the movie World War Z. I read the book first by Max Brooks. It's beautiful. But basically, they're making a sequel to World War Z. Did you not like it?
I've never seen or read the book.
I bought that movie as soon as I saw it in Walmart. I was like, ah. So, anyway, but the director is going to be a different director. It's going to be the guy who did the movie called The Impossible, which was about a 2004 tsunami in...
Ooh, I saw that.
Yeah. The Impossible with Ewan McGregor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, oh, that was
There's
such...
a lot of
I
nominations.
cried like 3 times in that movie. But yeah, so the director that did that is going to do World War Z 2.
Awesome.
So that should hold out pretty well.
All right.
So that seems to be it for One Big Fat Week.
Yay, one big fat week.
I'm Sean Tasker. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_Tasker. Tumblr, areyouanerd.tumblr.com. Like me on Facebook.
I'm Robert Blair. I still don't have any of that crap up because I'm lame and still technologically illiterate, but I have wheat thins, so I guess you could call me cool like that.
I'm Haylie Miller, and I could try to spell my name on Twitter, but I won't because I'll sound annoying. And
Do you want me to put your Twitter as in the description
do that.
so they can just click it and
Yeah.
follow you?
Yeah.
All right. So her Twitter is going to be in the bottom. So thank you, everybody, and this has been One Big Fat Week. Have a good night.